or else he would have said something since then, or he would have gave me a funny look or something. So he didn't know anything about me. He didn't know anything about the video, which means that somebody went out of their way to let him know. That was strike two. Because honestly, if he wasn't losing in revenue, he wasn't losing in patients, the hospital also was not losing in those two things, I don't see a reason to tell him. Now, if he were to start complaining and say, oh my goodness, you know, I see my patients are declining and da-da-da-da, and like, well, doctor, by the way, there was such and such and such, and then he has every reason to be mad and be like, well, I don't want to work with her. Strike three. She tells me that he says he doesn't want me dealing with his patients. Mind you, why? Because I stated my opinion that I felt that at that age they could be doing something a little bit more productive. As a matter of fact, it doesn't even matter what they could have been doing that was more productive. There are pills, there are natural herbs, all kinds of things that they can do to help fix their problem. I honestly think that surgery should be your last major course of action when you could be taking some natural herbs, some medicated pills or whatever to fix a situation before you have to go to the extent of surgery. That's just my opinion again. So now they're telling me that he doesn't want me to deal with his patients. Now mind you, I can play dumb or naive, however you want to call it. So I asked to speak to the lady down in HR because I felt she would be able to give me better answers than this lady right here. So I go down, well, I didn't go down, I ended up calling, and they transferred the call over to her, and she was like, well, how may I help you? And I said, well, I'm not quite sure exactly what they're telling me, and I want to know exactly what's the deal. She's like, well, you know, I'm not sure what she told you, but what I have to tell you is that there was a negative effect that was brought on, and we have to revisit your site, so in the meantime, we have to suspend you. As far as payment, you know, it really depends on what the outcome of the whole situation is. You know, if it's a positive outcome, then we will pay you for the days that you have missed. If it's a negative outcome, then we are not going to pay you. And I'm like, so you mean to tell me you suspend me over me giving my opinion on a video and suspend me with no pay? I forgot what number I'm on. I think that's strike 4. So I asked her, I said, well, what's the negative thing? She said, well, this time, you know, we can't really tell you. I said, well, I was told that it's because he doesn't want me, and I named the doctor, he doesn't want me to deal with his patients. And she was like, conniving. She was like, oh, well, you know, if that's what you have figured out, then that would be correct in your statement. So she's not trying to implicate herself. Well, let me not say conniving. That's smart because she doesn't want to implicate herself in anything. She don't want to name names. She don't want to say anything so it don't come back on her. That, in a way, is smart, but it still pissed me off. So I'm just sitting here. I hang up the phone because by now I'm extremely pissed. And prior to me hanging up the phone, she told me, well, you know, I'll definitely be giving you an answer by Monday, no later than Wednesday, and blah, blah, blah. Now, I understand this whole tropical storm, hurricane thing came through in Florida, in, what do you call it, southern Florida and everything. And, yeah, they probably got caught up at the job, you know, dealing with the hurricane, trying to get prepared and doing all this stuff. But she didn't call me. She didn't call me, what, Friday? I wasn't expecting her to call me on the weekend, so Saturday and Sunday was off, and plus I went to the funeral and all that other stuff. Monday came around, I was supposed to be working. She didn't call me. Now, she could have called me at least out of courtesy to let me know, since she said she'll probably get to me on Monday to let me know, you know, well, we're still working on the situation, still this and that, so I'll let you know. Didn't even call to give a courtesy phone call to let me know anything. I didn't even bother to call her, because if you say you're going to call me, I'm expecting you to call. See, I'll be very patient and wait until you call me. Meanwhile, I'm brewing up a storm. Tuesday, today, she still ain't called me. Not even a courtesy call. I was like, all right. So tomorrow's Wednesday. That's her deadline. That's the day she told me that she would definitely let me know something. And Wednesday, I'm supposed to be working. So that's 2 days already that I've missed. That's a lot of money that I've missed. That's a lot of bills I could have paid. That's a lot of gas I could have put in my car. And then on top of that, that's what number 5 was that pissed me off. in lieu of her telling me all these things on the phone, she goes and she says, oh, and there's no need to let anybody else know about the situation. We'll just keep this to ourselves and fix it internally. There's no need for you to let anybody else know. I'm like, okay. So now she want to keep it like hush hush. But I know what the deal is. I know the play. Because quite frankly, you can't really fire me because I didn't violate HIPAA. At no point did you lose in revenue or lose in patients. Number 6 that pissed me off is because she's insinuating, and the doctor is obviously thinking that because of my opinion, maybe I must be treating his patients differently or not as well as my other patients. First off, in nursing school, we learned that you will meet so many different people when you're in the hospital. People that you work with, people that you're going to take care of, everything. So you already automatically know that there's going to be friction, period. But what we need to remember, especially when it comes to our patients, is that our opinion really does not matter right now. What we need to focus on is doing our job. Whether we agree with it or not, that should be no concern. That should not cause us at any point to decide, oh, well, because I don't agree with her getting plastic surgery, I'm going to treat her bad. I'm not going to take care of her like I should, like my other patients. Oh, because I don't agree that this patient had an IPP, in my opinion, I'm going to treat him bad. I'm going to treat him differently than I do my other patients. Oh, because this patient smokes and I don't like the fact that people smoke, knowing very well the dangers of it, but I understand it's addictive and it's very hard to break the habit. Because you smoke, I'm not going to treat you the same as I treat my other patients. I'm actually going to treat you worse. And that's really what pissed me off, because now you're giving the impression that because of my opinion about these patients, that maybe at some certain point I mistreated them. I didn't give them the amount of attention that I give my other patients. I didn't give them the same amount of care as I gave my other patients, because that's a goddamn lie. I take care of my patients, all of them, exactly the same way. The anytime that there would be a difference is if I have a patient who's in a higher acuity, that they may get more attention from me. They may get more care from me because they're higher in acuity. Otherwise, all my patients get treated exactly the same way. So, I'm just really pissed off. Really, really seriously pissed off. It just doesn't make any sense. And seriously, like, if they were, like, I know in another video I was like, well, you know, if you lost a snap, fire me on the spot. Yeah, go ahead, fine, if you really did lose. Because I'm so confident that that's not what's going to happen. But, like, real shit, if they were to fire me over me expressing the very First Amendment that we have, freedom of speech, and to insinuate at any point that I mistreated any of my patients because they had this procedure, or that I didn't treat them the same, or that I didn't care for them as much, or I didn't give them as much attention because of my opinion about this procedure, I'm gonna blow the fuck up, because I know that's not true. And one thing about me is that I absolutely do not like for people to make up shit or to lie about me. That's not cool. I don't like for my reputation to be tainted because you have a problem. So you're going to go ahead and make up stuff, lie, and do all this stuff to mess me up and make me look bad, when honestly, all of it isn't even true. That's why I'm pissed off on number 8. Is it number 8? Whatever. I might do another video because I'm really pissed off. I might have more things to say. I'm still not going to be vindictive and put the name of the hospital or put the name of the doctor out there, because that's just not the way I am. I'm not vindictive. You know, I let Jesus handle the get you back part for me, because when he gets you back, it is nowhere near what I could have possibly done. Because I love when he gets you back. He gets you back and teaches you a very good lesson. And hopefully you end up being a better person afterwards.